Hello, my name is Evan, and I present to you the Cambodian Genocide. I chose the Cambodian Genocide because it was mentioned in one of my favorite TV shows. The hosts were boating through Cambodia and Vietnam and had a small lesson or story about what happened during this time. I chose this one so I can now know more about what they were talking about. But that's enough about my decisions. Let's investigate the decisions of the Khmer Rouge, led by Pol Pot. The Communist Party of Campuchia, whose members are known as the Khmer Rouge, was an aggressive communist party in the nation of Cambodia. The leader of this party was dictator Pol Pot, who had been building the Khmer Rouge into a powerful, influential force since 1963. The Khmer Rouge took control of Cambodian government when they overthrew the existing government led by Lon Nol in 1975. Pol Pot controlled Cambodia, eliminating Western influence and massacring millions of people until he was overthrown by the Vietnamese in 1979. The conflict between Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge and the existing government in Cambodia, led by Lon Nol, began during the 1960s when the war in Vietnam was at its greatest levels. During the Vietnam War, the United States believed that many Vietnamese soldiers and communists were seeking refuge in the Cambodian countryside along the Vietnam-Cambodia border. The United States then rained over 500,000 tons of bombs on the Cambodian countryside, destroying buildings, homes, families, and killing over 100,000 Cambodians during this time. This heightened the Cambodian people's distaste for the United States, and they needed somebody to blame. Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge took advantage of this. Quote, they used propaganda claiming the government under Lon Nol was responsible for the bombing of the countryside. The Khmer Rouge men told the villagers they must revolt against the imperialist government to stop the destruction of Cambodia. That is from the Illinois Holocaust Museum. Pol Pot convinced the Cambodian people that Lon Nol was behind the bombings, and his connection to the United States was what was causing them. The United States did have a share in helping Lon Nol come to power, as they had supported him and given aid to his campaign. This influenced the Cambodian people to support Lon Nol, and he became president of the Khmer Republic in 1970. Pol Pot used these bombings to convince communists and civilians of the danger of having Lon Nol as the leader of Cambodia. In 1975, the Khmer Rouge stormed into the capital city of Phnom Penh and overthrew Lon Nol as leader. Pol Pot took the presidency and took control of Cambodia, renaming it to the Democratic Kampuchea. Pol Pot instilled policies to rid Cambodia of outside influence. He and the Khmer Rouge believed that Cambodia had been heavily influenced by the West and Western ideas that had no place in Cambodia. They wanted to start new with all new ideas and no recollection of what came before them. The Khmer Rouge killed all individuals who had a higher education and higher understanding of modern idea. Quote, the Khmer Rouge persecuted the educated, such as doctors, lawyers, and current or former military and police. Christian, Buddhist, and Muslim citizens also were specifically targeted from genocide in Cambodia. Educators, doctors, lawyers, police, and even innocent citizens were all massacred and thrown into mass graves in Cambodia. As shown in the previous quotation from the Holocaust Museum, even people in different religious faiths were not welcome in Pol Pot's new society. His killing spree came to an end when Vietnam invaded Cambodia after the Khmer Rouge attacked their border in 1977. The Vietnamese advanced to the capital city and overthrew the Khmer Rouge in 1979. It is estimated that upwards of 2 million citizens were killed by Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge between 1975 and 1979. That totaled about 1/5 of the total population of Cambodia at the time. This genocide is important to learn about because the scope of the murders was more than anyone could imagine. During the time that United States citizens were watching the very first Star Wars movie, Pol Pot was viciously murdering millions of people. Thank you. I can't wait for the next episode.